Okay.
Former double world and Olympic champion Ashton Eaton is in India. Ashton, thanks a lot for talking to CNN News 18. You're coming to India at a time when the IOC session is also being held in India after a gap of 40 years. So the Olympic movement in some ways is traveling to India. Your thoughts on India as a destination for the Olympic movement and having the IOC session here, from what you have seen of India, what do you think this can do for India?
Well, what do I think it can do for India? I mean, India, from what I can tell, has a pretty good grasp on sport. Almost everybody I've met loves sport here in one way or another. And I'm not just talking about cricket, all kinds of sports. So I think bringing the Olympics to India, I think rather than kind of make sport bigger than it already is, I think what it would do more is inspire a generation of young people to perhaps pursue sports that they otherwise wouldn't have wanted to try. Just kind of expose the next generation to trying, things outside of the most popular things like cricket and soccer or whatever might be, on their mind today. So I think that would probably be the biggest benefit, honestly. But then at the same time, the second biggest benefit I think would be exposing the world, more countries in the world to India. Just in my short time here, I found it to be wonderful. Culturally, it's fantastic. People are super nice and hardworking. The food is great. So I think there's a lot of good for people to kind of experience coming to India, just about the world in general.
And from what you have seen, India hopes to aim to hold the Olympics in India for the very first time by 2036. That's the target that we have set for ourselves, both in terms of what you see the sports infrastructure here, the knowledge and the awareness about sports, and how well our athletes are beginning to do, especially in track and field events now, with Neeraj Chopra winning an Olympic gold last time. How ready do you think India is? How capable do you think India is to host an Olympics in about 50 years' time?
I think India is extremely capable. I mean, you really don't. Obviously, putting on the Olympics and organizing it is super hard. But from the infrastructure standpoint, I don't think you necessarily need to have it. A lot of countries have hosted the Olympics with less resources than India. Let me put it that way. So it's really not a resource problem. It's more of just a will of the people problem, and it seems like India has plenty of that. So I think a bid from India seems like it would be a very strong bid. I don't know who you're bidding against, um, but I think there's a strong case for India for sure, just because I believe that you have the resources and the will to get it done here.
You spoke about cricket. Cricket T20 World Cup is about to happen in USA. There's also the Los Angeles 2028 Olympics, where cricket is all set to make a re-entry into the Olympics. What do you make of cricket's popularity in America? Because it could be making a re-entry by the time the games come rolling to Los Angeles.
Yeah, the cricket popularity in America, the only thing that is, I think, stopping it from becoming more popular is one, education. The American people have no idea how cricket is played, what the rules are. But then once that kind of step is surpassed, I think it's probably, just exposure. Right now, the dominant sports in our country are, American football, basketball, and cricket. I know is starting to get televised, starting to get a little bit more of a following. But it's still, I think, mostly unpopular just because the education piece. And honestly, probably the education piece comes from being able to play the game. So the game is not played in our grade schools, and it's not played uh, in our communities. And I think that's why people have a hard time understanding it and getting engaged with it. We start out playing baseball and football and soccer and these types in track and field. Um, so I think if you can start bringing it to the young community, so we understand how the game is played, and then start televising it a little bit better, cricket has the chance to, I think, absolutely blow up in the US. And we love sport in the US, clearly. That's so much a part of our kind of media and our entertainment. So I think the fact that cricket is not popular there yet is just a function of being exposed, at the early stages.
Yes. You're also here as the ambassador of the Delhi Marathon. So I want to take your opinion on that, coming to Delhi, promoting running and, this event. What would you like to tell Delhiites and just the public at large in India?
Yeah, this event is super awesome. Running is one of these universal things that kind of, it's oftentimes people's kind of first introduction to sport. And it's something that everybody can do, no matter your age or your body type. And so, that's one thing about it. And the second thing is, it's good for good causes as well. So I know there's a lot of charitable work happening with this marathon. And so, it's just one of those really good events where you can come participate in the human experience while also help do some good. And it's really accessible. And, for a city like Delhi, which is so populous and obviously growing in the sport of running, I think this is a fantastic event, and I'm really excited to be a supporter.
All right. On that note, Ashwin, thanks a lot for speaking to us, and I hope you do enjoy your time in Delhi.
Yeah, I have, and I know I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you.